Good morning everyone and welcome back to a GCSE bite-sized history lesson with myself. Today we're going to be looking at the history of TAG Heuer and its beginnings, its history, its collaborations with the likes of rallying teams and the Formula One and where it's going in the future. So where did it all begin? It all began in 1860 at the hands of Edouard Heuer, and he was the first generation of the Heuer household to take on this watch house. By 1869, however, they had established the first patent, and this patent was hugely significant. It was the idea that the crown could control the movement in terms of winding up, thereby having a keyless entry to the movement. A patent that goes arguably unrecognised within the world of horology, but it's hugely important. And that's a key date in terms of horology and patencies, and that is 1869. By 1911, however, it was a turn for the likes of Heuer, and it was the creation of the micrograph and the microsplit, which was hugely important for Heuer. And it was the creation of these rugged instruments for the new generation of automobiles and aviation that really captured the imagination of that decade. The idea that you would have these very precise timing instruments on these new generations of vehicles to help manage and guide their pilots. By 1933, however, Heuer realised they had a catalogue of all these stopwatches and chronographs, but they were limited in terms of their wristwatch chronographs, and it was the next decade which was really going to push them into a golden age. So by 1958, Jack Heuer took over Heuer, and he was the fourth generation at the time, and this was going into this golden era I'd already mentioned, and it was this idea that they were going to become synonymous with the likes of rallying in the Formula One within the future and have these collaborations that would link the world of horology to what we know as today of these key events like Le Mans or the Monaco Grand Prix or the Formula One in general. By 1963, however, the Carrera was invented, and it really captured the imagination and the romance of rallying and racing. And we've got a lovely new generation of their Carreras. We've got the very good-looking, skeletalized blue-black bezel GMT with an in-house Heuer O2 movement on a bracelet, and it's a very handsome piece, and it's one of our best sellers within the TAG Heuer range here at Lumbers. And that's just an illustration of where the watch began in 1963 to where it is today. By 1969, however, this was a key date for the likes of TAG Heuer, and it was this relationship when the Monaco was born, the very iconic square-dialed watch, and how it related to the likes of Steve McQueen wearing it with the Gulf colours and the Monaco Grand Prix, and really nailed in the relationship between TAG Heuer and the Monaco Grand Prix, Steve McQueen, all these icons coming to the fore. And the Gulf Monaco today, as we can see, is still an icon within their collection. Again, one of our best sellers within the Monaco family. By 1986, however, they had launched the Formula One collection. And again, we can see a new modern variation of that, and this is when TAG Heuer collaborated with Red Bull, and that was in 2022, and it really is a lovely watch. But the TAG Heuer Formula One collection today has become a fantastic watch family with multiple quartz movements and chronographs, and just an iconic watch, quite frankly, for when you're turning 18. I remember I got my first TAG Heuer when I was 18, and it's still in the collection today, and this was all established back in 1986. By 2004, however, they released the Aqua Racer, and this is going back to the original divers watches from the 1980s, and this is a 2023 edition I've got in my hand with a rose gold bezel, I do beg my pardon, and with a rubber strap and a lovely deployment clasp with an automatic movement in, and that lovely sunburst dial. And we can really see where it's gone from the 1980s to 2004 to 2023 today, and this restructuring of the Aqua Racer and what it means to TAG Heuer. All these watches, though, have always been important, but more also very important for the lady side of the market. So we can look at the Carrera in the mother of pearl dial with the baton dial again, the diamond bezel and the automatic movement. A classic within the TAG Heuer range. And then we can see this structure again on the aqua racer with a diamond dot, diamond bezel, quartz movement in this one with a steel case and steel bracelet. Again, seeing these icons transitioning into a wearable version within the 21st century. So the question really is, where's TAG Heuer going from 2023 and beyond? And I think this watch really highlights that. This is one of our new 2023 models, the Solargraph, and this watch is in a solid titanium case, a solid titanium bracelet, and obviously, like I've mentioned in other videos, who would have thought, it's powered by the sun. So there's no battery, there's no automatic movement, it just goes and goes and goes, an absolute workhorse. And that's really where we're at with TAG Heuer. But this watch house, its collaborations, its partnerships with racing throughout the world and the automobile trade is hugely significant and popular within Lumbers and between clients and the staff. Nonetheless, I need to get a glass of water because I definitely have broken the record for our longest video. I will catch you all later.